we've all been waiting now to hear what Ann Coulter has to say about this. You know, Ann Coulter's book, In Trump We Trust, big New York Times bestseller. You go to AnnCoulter.com. You can get it there. You get a column there. Make sure you follow her on Twitter, Facebook, or just go to AnnCoulter.com. Ann Coulter, how you doing?
Fantastic. How are you, Mark Simone?
Mad. This is awful. Comey was so close. That's why he was fired. He was so close. He almost had Trump.
Well, first of all, I just want to get out on the record that I think this whole Comey business is being used by both the Democrats and Republicans to distract from the main issue, which is when are they going to get started on the wall. But I am enjoying, I just retweeted your tweet.
Uh-oh, which one?
That was so great. Senator Chuck Schumer. Comey's got to go. He must be fired right away. He's an incompetent liar. So, this is an outrage. Comey has been fired.
It is pretty funny.
Fun.
But
no, but he is incompetent. There was a list on, and you may have retweeted. I retweeted with.
Oh yeah, the 10 bumbling messes.
The first 4 did not happen on Comey's watch, but he is the one that unleashed FBI agents on Omar Mateen, who shot up the Orlando nightclub, killing dozens and dozens of people. Yeah, they follow this guy around. Everybody who works with him says. He keeps telling us he's a terrorist. They tell the FBI interviews him and clears him. Yeah. Also, I think it's worth mentioning just for fun. You know where he was when he was fired? He had flown to Los Angeles for a diversity meeting. Because that's totally what I want the FBI doing as we're bringing in, Muslims at breakneck speed.
Yeah. I didn't know well, I guess he has to. The director flies around in a private jet. But for security, I guess that makes sense.
I don't know. I think they live a little high on the hog in Washington. That's why I hate going to Washington. You just look around at all the expensive, beautiful buildings, condos, restaurants, and I believe it is the 7 wealthiest counties in America are suburbs of Washington, D.C., and that's all our money. Yeah. Whether they're, quote, private contractors, especially with the Defense Department, it's all our money.
Yeah. When they call for a special prosecutor and you say, to look at what? They'll say, well, the Russian involvement. Involvement in what?
No, I know. Justin Raimondo, this libertarian, I follow on Twitter. I recommend you do, too. He has a pinned tweet that has been up for, basically since Trump was inaugurated. Where's the evidence? They've got nothing but their hysteria, the story of left-wing America.
Well, no, forget the evidence. Listen, we know Flynn or Manafort or somebody probably was making some money on side deals. But where's the actual interference in the election? Exactly what?
Right.
What did they do?
No, this is. I wrote a column on this, sort of the Genesis column a few weeks ago on the Russia story anyway. What is the theory? It's that these hardened spy masters, Russia is, no slouch at sending spies around. Okay, so one of their spies in America goes to the top spy and says, I have an idea. We'll get Trump elected, which, as you have pointed out, why would they want Trump? But let's just assume they wanted Trump. This is how we help him. We hack into the DNC and get emails proving that the DNC was putting on its finger on the scale for Bernie Sanders. Yeah, he'd be laughed out of spy world. Even Americans, the media doesn't know how to affect an election, and they did their best. But that could have ended up very likely. In fact, we were wondering about this at various points. For example, when Hillary collapsed at the 9/11 commemoration, that all those emails showing that Debbie Wasserman Schultz had to leave the DNC and that they were during the primaries, the DNC, Democratic National Committee, was conspiring against Bernie Sanders. It could have led the Democratic Party to do something they should have done at the beginning, which is go have a come to Jesus moment with Hillary and tell her, we really appreciate your efforts for the party, and we wish you success in all your future endeavors, but you can't be the candidate. We're running Joe Biden. The Democrats have done that before, and I think most people, I still think Trump would have won. But but Biden would have had a much better chance than Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. You know what's funny, though? Trump is not being investigated by the FBI, but they are looking at Flynn or Manafort. They may have made some side deals or made some money with Russia. But whenever you point out, John Podesta has a company that got $30 million from the Russians, and his brother is a paid Russian agent. They always say, well, yeah, but he declared that.
The whole thing is sleazy. I guess if you can rip off foreign countries with your invaluable expertise, who am I to complain? But the whole, I mean, this is why Drain the Swamp was so popular. It's just all so corrupt from top to bottom. And the idea that any of these guys have any expertise they could lend some foreign government, but they all make loads of money working for foreign governments.
Yeah, but this is, I think, everybody should use this. You know, like if your TV show gets beaten by the other show, you should say, "What's the Russians? The Russians interfered with this." It's a great excuse.
It is funny that it's Russia. I mean, no one has cared about Russia, and of course, for most of the last half century, the left in America was actively working for Russia when it was the Soviet Union. We could have used some of this anti-Russian fervor back in the heat of the Cold War, but no, they were warning us about our inordinate fear of communism back then. But I guess it's really all they have. I mean, it would have been better if it were like North Korea or China or the Taliban, but, you know, all they have is Russia. So, okay, we'll go with that. I guess it's better than Canada.
You know, that Maxine Waters was yelling about all this, and then they point out she's an actual member of like 9 pro-Russia, pro-communist organizations through the years.
That's fantastic.
So, who would you pick as FBI director?
There are a few good people. I mean, I get somebody from outside of Washington, as my earlier commentary may have indicated. There are a lot of fantastic lawyers who have worked in the Reagan and Bush administration, but have gone out to America, and I really do think it's an important part of cleaning the swamp. Both to fill up the U.S. attorney's jobs, obviously the judgeships, but also a lot of positions at Department of Justice. You'll have to persuade them all to leave whatever bucolic part of America they live in and move to the hellhole of Washington, D.C., but I have a few ideas on that.
I love these Schumerish politicians with this there's a pattern here. Why was Sally Yates fired? Because she was the Obama person. She was automatically fired. Or Preet Bharara. They're automatically fired when a new president comes in.
Yes, and although, like most normal people, I did not watch those hearings that were being reported, like the moon landing by MSNBC. But I gather even the Democrats were not terribly impressed, and we didn't get a lot of new information. It was just, you know, she's part of the resistance and would like to be on the cover of Vanity Fair. And that's why she decided Trump's Muslim ban was unconstitutional. I like that everyone is now admitting, including the ACLU. Oh, no. The Muslim ban, as we're calling it for short, it's not a Muslim ban, though there's absolutely nothing unconstitutional about a Muslim ban. They're all just saying, yeah, of course it's constitutional what he did, but he can't do it because it's Trump.
Yeah, you know, you're right. That Sally Yates became such a hero. I'll bet she runs in 2020 for something.
Oh, I just think she's going for the Vanity Fair cover.
Oh, no. You know, if I were Elizabeth Warren, I'd be nervous. That Sally Yates is a younger, better-looking Elizabeth Warren. You know, a little bookworm, librarian type, but better-looking, sharper.
Is she from Massachusetts?
I don't know, but she's like Elizabeth Warren without the crabbiness, without the without the cobwebs.
That could be her campaign poster. Elizabeth Warren without the crabbiness.
Faster, brighter, younger Elizabeth Warren. Well, now your new column comes out tomorrow?
Tonight, and it's a blockbuster.
All right, well, go to...
I know I always say that, but this one really is. You have to read it, and I'll have to link to a number you're going to call and denounce the prosecutor.
Oh, okay. So go to AnnCoulter.com. If you sign up there, you'll be the first to get the column, AnnCoulter.com. You can get her book there, In Trump We Trust. You can follow her on Twitter and Facebook and all of that. Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.
Take care.